Hey guys and girls, my name is Alan and welcome to today's video. So I hope you're having a good Saturday. We've had a couple of days of pretty decent weather in the UK. Over the past 48 hours or so, we've had some really nice warm temperatures, and it's kind of weird. A few weeks ago we were like sub 10 on the outside, and now suddenly we're hitting like double figures, the high teens. I think it was like very early 20s, I think a couple of days ago at its peak or something. It's been quite nice. I prefer the cooler weather, don't get me wrong, because well, my view is, well, my house is always cold anyway. During the winter and stuff it's really cold, so the fact that I can walk around in like a t-shirt and, you know, a pair of joggers or shorts or whatever and not feel cold, that just tells you how warm it is at the moment in the UK. But yeah, I prefer it a little bit cool because as I said, if you're cool you can put on an extra layer, you can turn the heating on. However, if you're hot, there's not really much you can do. I mean, you can strip down to what you can strip down to, but then there's a certain point where obviously you can't get naked. Well, I mean, technically I could get naked in my house, but that's not how I roll. And then obviously it's really hot, and yeah, alright, you could buy like an AC unit or something, air conditioning. But you know, in reality, in the UK, how many people actually require an AC unit on a regular basis? Because to be honest, it's more about heating the house rather than cooling the house for the majority of the year, you know. So yeah, it's one of those sort of things. But yeah, it was a really nice sunshine, clear skies, and I mean, obviously I should go out and enjoy it a bit more, but you know, I work indoors a lot of the day, and then obviously when I go home and I play games or whatever, it's also indoors as well. So I should be a little bit more active, but I do obviously, you know, I walk to and from, not from work, but like I get on the bus and stuff, so I have to walk to the bus stop and everything. And so I do get a bit of the sunshine, getting a bit of my vitamin D in, which I think we talked about in the past actually in a previous gameplay commentary. I had a funny little talk with my sister, and she said that to actually get vitamin D, you need to go into the sunshine. You can't just get it from like fruit and veg, which is what I thought, but I don't know. Still haven't clarified that, but you can argue it down in the comment section if you know better. But yeah, anyway, so a couple of things to talk about today. Unfortunately, nothing Uncharted related as of yet. I'm still waiting to hear news about The Last of Us 2, and hopefully I'll be talking about that when they start releasing more stuff. With E3 not too far away now, we're approaching the end of April, so it'll be May soon in about a week. Be May in about a week's, just under 2 weeks time, and then E3 is usually around the July mark, so we're about 2 months away now, which is not that far at all. What, 2-3 months away? But that'll fly past. I mean, the fact that we're already a quarter way into this year is just mental. I just don't know where the time's going. People just say, don't they? As you get older, time seems to go a bit faster, and it's because you've just got so much going on. Obviously, you got to go to work, you got to pay your bills, and you got to sort out just crazy amount of stuff, like just everything, like shopping and just even going on holiday and stuff like that, right? It just all adds up. Whereas obviously when you're young, you're staying at home and your parents take care of everything up until you're about 16 or something. Obviously they do everything, don't they, right? Whether it's going to the doctors or dentist, blah blah blah, they take care of everything. When you leave the house and you start doing these things yourself, it just, yeah, don't ever take your parents for granted. That much I'll tell you for free. And I'm sure you don't. It's just a general statement. Right, so speaking of growing up, I guess that rolls nicely into the next topic, and that's the thing. I've been planning to talk about this for quite a long time now, and I just haven't really done it, but I guess now's as good a time as any. And that is, there's a lot of remasters knocking around. A lot of games that were really good back in the day, and they've decided to remaster for, I wouldn't say the next generation, because technically a lot of people that are buying these games are the people who bought them the first time round. So it's great that new players are able to experience these games, but I would wager that the most sales come from people rebuying these games again because they enjoyed them the first time round. So year before was the big one, was Modern Warfare Remastered, and okay, I technically haven't played it yet, and I still need to play it, but I have fond memories of it. I look forward to playing it, and I will do so at some point on my players channel. And obviously the multiplayer side of things, I mean, I'd love to try it, but every time I hear something about it now, it's like microtransactions and DLC weapons, and it just doesn't even seem like the game that I fell in love with at the start, right? So I do want to play the campaign again just for old time's sake, and I will jump onto the multiplayer if it's still active. But there's like 15 different Call of Duties that people are playing now, so the player pool in each of these games is quite small. Which is a shame, but that's just one of the things. And again, there is something I want to talk about in terms of Call of Duty, and I want to do that. I do want to do like a Call of Duty video, but I know that most people that come to this channel aren't really in. Well, at least I don't think they're into Call of Duty. I think that obviously they're mainly here for Uncharted and more recently Fortnite. So, but I still think I want to do a Call of Duty like proper gameplay commentary. So I'll do that sometime in the future. Anyway, going back to the topic we were talking about. So, a couple of years ago, the big one was Modern Warfare Remastered, COD 4. And then more recently, I think it was last year, it was the Crash Bandicoot Collection Insane Trilogy. So they did 1, 2, and 3. And then coming up this year, again from Activision, because I think they bought the rights or they own the rights or something like that, they're bringing back Spyro. So it's all these like childhood classics is coming back, and it's just kind of cool, like to think that these games have effectively stood the test of time, and they are now being remastered. As I said, mainly for people that the most people that are going to buy these are the ones that had them in the first place. But it's just good to share them with people who've never played these games before, or maybe never got to experience them fully when they were younger. So I played some of the Crash games. I didn't play all of them. I played, I think, a couple of the Spyro games, but again, I didn't play all of them. And I don't remember too much about the story. I mean, you call it storyline, but you know, it's you just do levels and stuff. It's not really proper The Last of Us or Uncharted storytelling we're talking about here. But it's still something that's nice to be experienced from start to finish, remastered. And obviously they polish up various things. How well they polish up the mechanics, I can't say, because as I said, I don't have either of these remasters yet. Well, Spyro isn't technically out yet, but the Crash Bandicoot Collection is out. Well, 1, 2, and 3. And then, of course, Modern Warfare Remastered, which I don't think they've changed the controls in that all too much. Just spruce up the graphics and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to play them, and I hope to do so at some point in the future. Add it to my to-do list. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it. They are, well, as I said, so Modern Warfare Remastered has been out for ages. You've been able to buy that for ages. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, you've been able to buy that for ages. But Spyro, I think you can pre-order now. I'll link them in the description if you want to price check them yourself, in case this is the first you're hearing it. I mean, you're interested in ordering one of these games. But yeah, so that led me on to think about the games that I would love to see remastered. Now, there is talk of another Call of Duty game coming out. At the moment, you can't pre-order it, but it's basically all but confirmed to be coming, and that's Modern Warfare 2. And again, I'm looking forward to that, but having seen what they've done to Modern Warfare Remastered, like COD 4 Remastered, I don't know, I think maybe it's best left from what I remember it, the fun that I had playing it, you know, the first time round, the original version 2009. So I don't know, a bit apprehensive, but we'll get to that obviously when the game comes out and we find out more information. First of all, I need to play COD 4 Remastered, we'll worry about that first. And so yeah, the games that I was thinking about, and I'd love to see, in terms of the Crash games, I'd love to see Crash Team Racing. That one is such a classic in my childhood. Me and my sister spent so many hours playing that game. Definitely got my money's worth, and it was just so much fun. And I'd love for them to remaster that and bring it back, and that's an instant buy for me if it comes out. Instant buy, and you rarely hear me say that about any games. And then the other one is Dino Crisis. Now, I really shouldn't have been playing this when I did play it. I was young, right? I was young when this game was out. But I did play it, and it was kind of scary. Not mad. It wasn't Resident Evil scary, but it was still scary. And I think it was rated 18 for obvious reasons. But it was a really fun game, and I'd love to see that remastered. I still remember playing that fondly, and again, I shouldn't have done. I know that, I understand that, but I don't think it affected me growing up. Just for the record. And I'd love to see that game come back. So if they could remaster that, I don't know who owns that. Capcom make it, but I don't know who owns Capcom or whatever. But if they could come around to making, well, I never played number 1, which I was really gutted about, but I played number 2. Really love that game. So if they could remaster 1 and 2, bring it to the modern day consoles, ooh, that might also be an instant pre-order. Maybe. Right, so as you can see, gameplay is sort of wrapping up now. We do fairly decent amount of work between the team. We roll on the other team fairly heavy, and I got myself a cheeky little flawless, as you can see from the scoreline there, 17-0. So I think a pretty decent match, and obviously we picked each other up and stuff, and covered each other with assists. So overall, very good teamwork, and this is just a bunch of randoms in a public lobby, so even better because of that. Right, as per usual, if you enjoyed the content, consider tapping that button. I really do appreciate it. And as always, if you've got thoughts you'd like to share regarding anything we've talked about today, maybe there's a remaster you'd like to see come out sometime in the future, let me know in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear it. But until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, take care, and I will see you later. And now it's hard to